Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another cool and unique project from the Steam Workshop. Now, this is the UFS Defender, or 110 Defender, and it's actually a convoy escort vehicle. The idea of this little rover, well, I won't say little, but it's the idea of it is to keep convoys protected and in line as they travel vast distances between outposts on planets. What's also quite cool about this ship is actually all small grid blocks, and small grid blocks, as we know, allow for a greater level of detail. Just have a look at the scale of that. This is quite a massive project for something made of small grids. So as we come and have a look at the exterior, you'll notice that we've got the bridge here. It's a double-decker style bridge. You can see there's an upper bridge and a lower bridge down there. Coming to the lower section, we've got these vent-like structures here. I guess you could imagine maybe they suck in ice or keep the engines cool as they roving across various different areas, an air-cooled system. We've got the wheels around the side, so we'll go around the light side so it's a little bit clearer. So you've got these large, big wheels here so they can traverse over various different bits of terrain. And above here, we've actually got this cool slope that works its way up. We've got this nice colour scheme between this grey, black, and I'd say yellowy orange, sort of murky like colours. You've got some lights that have been inserted into this area that are quite bright, help you move around various bits of terrain in the darkness or the harsh weather environments. And up here we've got some tanks. Now I'm only imagining these are some sort of hydrogen tanks or some sort of storage tanks for either fuel or something else that the ship is going to require. Now, coming onto the top deck here, you've actually got these little insert bits that are really cool for detailing here, and a darker yellow tone on the inside. Lots of little bits of detailing that could be possible with these small blocks. We've got some more vents here, maybe venting the engine or something else, and we've got ourselves this anti-aircraft turret here. We've got a green button on the LCD, I guess, and this is acting as some sort of camera system, a remote control weapons platform. We've got more venting coming towards the back, maybe given off by the big engines, or it could just be a form of protection with staggered armor like this. I'm not too sure. As we come into the rear upper deck, you can see that this cross-hatching pattern of armor has been created. A really nice detailing look, and you've got these various different vents and outlets along the top here. So let's go back down to the side. So as we're working our way across, you'll notice that we've got the UFS CCV 110 logo on the side. Now there's even detailing inside the wheel arches here. So as we come in here, you can see the wheels are connected up in this area. We've got all this detailing going on in the middle, and it wraps around either side that I think is really cool. It's nice to see wheel arches on a Rover because sometimes it can be hard when the wheels start turning and you get some clipping going through them. Now coming to the rear here, we've got ourselves a ladder that we can actually access, so I'll just quickly show you how you can do that. It's as simple as just looking up. Your character then grabs onto the ladder. Really important, especially if you're in a world without jetpacks, and he climbs a board there. So let's continue having a look around the outside. On top of these little huts to enter, we have these large flak light turrets. These are of course using a modded weapon on the end. Thank you for the hinges, Keen, because these hinges are super useful in various different projects. You can see them having a little bit of a vibrate there, but these are some big guns designed to snipe out any possible threat that might appear for the convoy. So let's go around the back. So coming around the back here, we've got these massive red tail lights on either side. We've got the logo detailed up at the top there, and we have the hatch down here at the bottom. So let's spawn our character in, and we'll head over to the button, hit that key, and you'll see the ramp is lowering down. So what's quite cool about this ramp, it's actually a rotor-based ramp, you can see there, but they're using a connector on the other side to keep it stable, because the connector's magnets will basically help stabilize that ramp as it lowers down. And as it hits the deck, a little bit of sparking for cool effect, and then we can climb ourselves a board. And we've got a really nice rear area to explore. So I'm just going to do one final check and just show some of the other detailed areas. The final area I want to show you is just underneath here. So if I come into this area, we examine this little button. This is a bottom lift that pops out of the craft here as well. So there is multiple ways in, and this is always great because when you're in a survival situation, you don't want to just be relying on one ladder. It could break off, or the back door because you'd have to stop. You could use this quick little lift access and climb yourself inside. Let's pop that back up for the moment. So as we're continuing around, underneath here we've got a connector so you can connect to your base. Of course you could use the wheels, move it up and down. But let's head back to the rear ramp and we'll start moving around on the inside. Obviously it's a little bit cramped down here, so we've got to navigate our way through and we'll enter into the ship. So a little jump is required. And now we're inside. So we've got the lower deck with this little access door. Because of the small windowed blocks, this is awesome. So you can see here is storage, spare parts. So for instance, you're working at something on the back of the ship, come down here, grab what you need, or I guess that's what this is supposed to be. And then we've got access back up to the upper deck through these little doors. I love these little doors, they're great for things like this. If you're building a vertical spaceship, you can have a ladder that accesses through them, and it just works so well. You can access into that secondary area, and we'll go up there. But we'll check that in a minute. We're going to continue looking down the bottom floor. So we've got this real nice detailing going on here, a little bit of storage going on in that section. I think these are some sort of oxygen or generators that have been repurposed for a bit of detailing. You can pop your way in here, and we've got more storage in this front cargo compartment. It looks so cool, and you've got the engines on this side there, as well as the crate storage there with various different colour blocks. And this is some sort of control terminal, I'm guessing, for controlling the engines. Lovely detail. Just look at everything that's been laid out here in front of us, especially these little connectors. Each one of these rooms must have took hours or maybe about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to craft. It depends. When I'm building things like this, I tend to come back over the same point again and again because I'm just not happy with it. So let's continue working our way forward. So we've got this little side door that leads to a little computer terminal over here on the left, and we've got the ladder the way up there. So what's this, you may be asking? That is of course the access lift below. So if you are doing any work underneath or around the ship, you can use the access lift. Just look how smoothly that comes down. Let's quickly look on the character there. Really nice indeed. Let's try reversing this lift back up. There we go. Thank you very much, lift, for showing us how it's done. And we'll head back to the rear cargo area. I really do like that little door there. Just wide enough so you could lower a vehicle off, but just hidden away so you can access it. So as we are here, we've got the cargo containers on either side for quick access. We've got the ladders there. We've also got the hangar door on a timer so we can raise the door up behind us. Just pay attention to how this door opens and closes. When this reaches the top, it should lock up that connector once again, securing it in place. There's also some more details I'll have to show you over in a second. And there we go. Locked in place, nice and secure. You can also see they've got these lights up at the top here that fold away once they've been used. Real nice idea there. And as we climb back up into this area, this is access for the other side. So there's also a button here. So this is Hangar Spotlights. So if I hit that, you see the spotlights can go on and off. There we go. Very nice indeed. Nice little feature. And we've got a catwalk that leads us down the side of the ship if we need to. We can access the side cargo containers or whatever's down there. So let's jump back down to the deck. Now in this area we've got two buttons once again. We've got the Hangar Spotlights and we've also got the Hangar Door trigger. So there's multiple points where we can trigger that load and unload. Nice little detailed segment here. We've got the Vehicle Hangar Switch Lock. So this will lock the vehicle in place. And we've also got the, what's this? Hangar Vehicle Lock Toggle. So where is this hangar lock? Could it be underneath the floor or am I just missing this? Oh, I know. It's probably for the rear lock of the hangar. So we've got a little computer here. It looks like it's running Windows XP. Very cool indeed. We'll continue working through. Look at this little detailed part that's been stuck there. And as we come over to this section, we've got, of course, an area where we can sit, have a nice little bit of lounge. Too bad it's not accessible. It'd be nice if you could tag a block as a seat. And then once you can then interact with that block and then sit on them with the animations. There's the door to the lower area. Once it's closed, you can walk over it nicely. We've got cooking, I guess that's a fridge and a sink to use. A little bit of a pantry for your various different things around the kitchen. Coming over here, we've got ourselves the toilet room on the left. Always crucial, always forgotten about. And I guess it's not super functional because you don't need it in Space Engineers. More Windows XP applications, and we've got a cryopod for 4 of the people. So when you actually sit in these, you sit in them kind of upside down. It's a little bit freaky, but it does look super cool. I'll show you. We'll go inside with the camera. And as I access this area, we'll come up to the second deck. Make sure I know where I am. Okay, we've not accessed that area just yet. Here we are. So you can see the players sitting there. So for a long distance travel, this can be pretty damn cool. So let's pop ourselves back out there and we'll continue up to the next step. So coming up here, you can see there's this cool little handrail that's been created. And we're now on the upper deck. We have this area that wraps around to the rear. This is like a little wooden office area where you can do the counts and keep an eye on the hangar bay. Coming around the other side, we have got another little area. So this is like a little captain's quarters. We've got a bed laid out, some spare parts there, as well as a respawn kit and another spawn sort of cryopod. Coming around this side, we've got access to the side deck. So we can move around this front area if we do need to do any repairs on the move. Very cool indeed. And we've got the same over here as well. Really cool little features there. So this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. We've got the upper bridge, complete with a detailed handguard there, some spare seats and Windows XP monitors everywhere. Is it Windows XP or Windows 98? I'm not too sure. You have to tell me in the comment below. But you can see we've got 2 seats up here for controlling. Very nice indeed. More of an overlook sort of section. And then down below we have got a holographic table. So we can access all this. And there we go. Oh, it's Windows 95. There we go. That's what it is. We've got some blue screen of death there. That's not good. Some systems must be backfiring. And here we do. We have the control room here itself. So we have a remote control block on this tab here. Let's just check that. That is turn left control. Let's just have a look what we've got here. Yeah, we've got 4 wheel movement. Let's just check this out. 4 wheel movement. So let's begin a little bit of accelerating. Make sure we've brought everything up. Yeah, there's nothing that can get in the way. And I've always noticed that small grids maneuver so much better than large grids. I know we've fixed this in a mod on the LSG server, but in Space Engineers in general, the small grid rovers, even of this size, handle so well. They have so much great acceleration and they stop so well as well. So let's just have a quick pop out. Let's see if we can access some of these weapons. It'd be cool. Oh, hang on, that weapon seems to be tracking over to the left. That can't be a good thing. Maybe the upper turrets are for the weapons. Oh, look at that. It's moving back and forth. Maybe that one's not been locked in place. Let's move to the upper deck and see if there's any options to control these weapons. So let's have a quick look in the hotbar. So usually it's in groups. O2 tank, Gatling AA, batteries. So there seems to be some controls. Shield generators, interior lights. So there's got to be one of these seats with access to this, unless there's a room that I've missed hidden away somewhere. Usually it's a little bit clearer where they are, but with such a small compact ship you never know. So we have got a remote control block here. Ah, there we go. We have access to that left turret from there. Okay, we also have 2 blocks on here. So this is left fire turret. We have the camera view and we have left fire turret single. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting this. So it's quite a heavy gun. Let's see what the arc's going to be like on this. We fire it again. Oh, so it's a proper traditional tank cannon. It's a little bit worrying when it fires because it does make some particle effects. But if we go into our camera here, we can defend this rover quite adequately. There we go. Shots going in. Long range firepower. Very, very cool indeed. And we've also got single shot. That should be button 3. Oh yeah, that's great. With a double cannon feature like that, sometimes you want to fire them one at a time. So let's pop out the camera. Have another look at this as it fires off. Let's hit the single cannon shot fire and fire the second one. Lovely. So the other seat on the other side must be this cannon. Yes, it is. So it is quite easy to control. Very cool indeed. Now the only one that I don't understand for which one it would be the AA turret on top. Let's see if any of these cockpits have access to that. So these look like just... Oh, hang on. We've got something here. We've got access to the rest of the ship. We've got the hangar door. We have the fuel saver. Interesting. Left turret, right turret. Let's just see. So we've got control of all the turrets from this main cockpit as well. We've also got a excitement emoji added to this cockpit. Very cool indeed. So the turret on the top, I don't know where you can control it from, but still a speed governor as well. So I guess that maybe that'll set the speed so you can walk around the ship as you're going. Very cool indeed. You can hear that there is some thrusters firing on the inside. Let's do a quick check. Let's do a look through the actual body of this ship itself, or this rover, so to say, and have a look what inner workings we've actually got here. What is inside these hydrogen tanks? Oh, so these are engines within inside here. So their space has been utilised well. I always appreciate that when they utilise the space well. Let's have a quick look. I can hear some hydrogen thrusters thrusting when I'm moving about. So yeah, there is hydrogen tanks hidden in the wall. A very, very cool design overall. I could see this being repurposed and some of these rooms being cleared out for a functional survival as well. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Let's take this for one final spin. Take that parking brake off. There we go. Can we lower the door in transit? Yes, we can. We'd have to get someone trying to load up in the back of it as we're going along. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Let me know what you thought of this rover in the comment section below, and there'll also be a link down there if you want to check it out for yourself. I can imagine some Italian job rover loading in the back here. Anyway, I'll see you next time.